Hey, Cappy, kind of a whirlwind of a week for the Chiefs, huh?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm still, regardless of the two losses, I can't be too upset with what I saw from these guys
No,
over the past, 4 and 5.
the last two podcasts, yes, I
As
agree.
second
I
four
agree.
and five in a row.
You think about where things were a couple weeks ago and what we were talking about and how things were looking a little dismal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
No,
it's
it's a big
it's improved.
change. It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
big
big
change,
change.
and it's been great. And before we start, just to preface this, I'm fucking gonna be eating during this because I'm hungry as shit. I just
That's
worked a
okay.
long ass day.
You worked
Um,
today
long
and you
ass
got
day
off to a
in
late
the
start because of delivery
yeah, and the wind and everything too. So
and the
I will
wind.
be
Yeah.
eating. So I'm just gonna preface that. But
I'm glad the wind didn't impact you too much other than one delivery you had today
yeah, most of it was pretty early this morning. So before I went in. So
in the overnight hours.
hmm
Yeah.
um,
You earned some dinner. Go ahead and eat.
yeah, but I guess we could start with the second 4 and 5 in back-to-back weeks, and
What's this
to end the
crazy?
first half of the season.
I felt like the season was busy before that.
Hmm
And then the last two weekends, it's been crazy busy
Yeah,
as
it
far as
has.
playing all those games.
And I've seen some really good things from these guys. We're finally starting to put the puck in the back of the net at a more consistent pace.
How nice is
Um,
that?
Everybody's kind of contributing too. That's the thing that I think is really kind of going to slide under the rug under people's radars is that we're getting
Almost like
goals from all four lines.
almost like the monkey is off the back and we can score now. The effort's been there the whole time. We just haven't been able to execute anything. And now pucks are starting to go in the net
Yeah.
and everybody's getting in on the action.
Let's start with that first Portland game last Friday.
Portland
Sam
who?
Sam Oremba getting his ninth goal of the year as Chiefs franchise record for fastest goal to start a game at 10 seconds, breaking the record set by Rasmus Ekstrom last season in Victoria. So
That's
the Chiefs
crazy.
obviously got off to a very hot start 10 seconds into the game off the opening draw.
Which is
Um,
always nice against Portland, I might add.
and then Wilmot Isaac getting one late in the period to put us up 2-0 going into the first intermission. Portland would get two in the second to tie it up at two going into the third period. Then, I
And
mean,
look,
at that point, it was a pretty good game.
I was going to say, it looked like we had a good game on our hands at that point.
It was pretty back and forth, and then the Chiefs said, "I'm fucking tired of you guys," and put up six on them in the third period.
How nice is that to
What
see
the
against Portland?
hell? What the hell happened in that second intermission that just lit a fire under our ass?
I don't know. I felt like the hockey gods finally decided, you know what? You guys have been playing hard all fall long. You're going to get rewarded for the effort now, and the pucks are going to start to go in starting in this third period. That's the way I
Mhm.
felt. Because I really didn't see anything any different as far as effort or anything other than just the puck that was going in.
Yeah, definitely. I thought, getting that power play goal early in the third period. Our power play is another thing that's finally starting to come alive a little bit here. But that being said, we did not get very many power play opportunities this
No,
past
we did
weekend.
not.
As opposed to the other teams getting 5 to 7, and we're getting two.
I
So
feel like Portland has gotten very disciplined since early in the season, and we still seem a little undisciplined every once in a while. But I also have to question the officiating a little bit. There were
yeah, it was pretty
some
questionable.
pretty ticky tack calls made, like guys from each team going at it and only one team getting penalized.
Yeah,
Saw a
and we
little bit of
always seem
that.
to be on the bottom end of that.
Seems like it. And I wouldn't say we're the aggressive or the aggressor or the more aggressive team of the two in those cases either. It doesn't seem like. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. We
Just seem
saw
to
it a
get
couple times
a
last night
bad
too.
rap. Yeah.
But yeah, Sam Oremba getting that goal early, and then Coco Armstrong getting one about a minute later, and the Chiefs just did not stop from
They
there.
just kept
And
going. Yeah.
Coco Armstrong, Ethan Hughes getting on the board, and Brody Gillespie with back-to-back goals in under a minute. That second one was real pretty. That he blocked a shot in the defensive
That was
zone.
the thing. Yeah.
Had kind of a little limp in his step when he was skating up the ice and just kept going and backhanded it in. And then Sammy Oremba with his first career hat trick, his 11th of the year.
How crazy is
Um,
that to think it took him until his 20-year-old year to get a hat trick?
Well, you think about it, he's struggled a lot in Regina, and I mean
True.
Regina's his hometown, so I feel like maybe there was just a little bit of pressure on him
That could
playing
be.
there too. He had a better kind of overall season when he was with Seattle than he did in Regina,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, God, I tell you, I love kicking the shit out of Portland.
There's
I told
nothing
you
more
last
enjoyable as
night.
a hockey fan in Spokane than kicking the shit out of Portland.
I told you last night. It just fuels the toxic side of me.
You were pumped up last night.
It just fuels the toxic side of me so much.
Yeah,
Real quick before we go into the next games, I want to kind of talk about like I just noticed that we I remember us talking a few episodes ago about how we would rather have, five, six, seven guys that have 20 plus goals than have one guy that has 60 plus,
exactly.
whatever. We're seeing that right now.
I was looking at
Um,
the stats earlier tonight before we got on the podcast, seeing that. Yeah,
Mathis Preston, Sam Oremba, 12 goals each. Chase Harrington, Owen Martin with 11. Coco Armstrong has 10. Logan Wormold has 15. Obviously, only one of those came as a Chief. But and then if we're going to look at points,
that's what I was looking at more than anything was the points.
yeah, points. Let's see. Wormold, Mathis Preston with 29. Chase Harrington with 28. Rhett Sather with 26. 6 goals and 20 assists on the
I
year for
love
him.
that kid.
And so. You just love seeing the kind of all the scoring being spread out throughout the entire lineup. I mean, that's how you build a successful team is having guys that are, able multiple guys able to put the puck in the net.
Yeah, I agree. The one I was not encouraged to see out here was Dominic Peter,
Hmm.
21 points.
Yeah, haven't seen him
Haven't
yet due
seen him
to
yet, but that was nice to see he's already up there in points for the year.
yeah. It should be here after Christmas break, according to Boiler.
Yeah,
And another huge thing is we're going to get Sarky back as well after he got silver at that
the
World
the
Junior
the
Grand.
intimidation factor.
Yeah, and we saw it last year when he came back from World Juniors, and he just had a hell of a second half of the season.
He did.
Kind of hoping that we see a little bit more of the same from him this year too.
I expect to.
Me too.
I expect to. A little bit of pride playing for your country, obviously.
Okay.
And let's not forget to mention that he's been doing very well doing that too. What was that first game he had? 4 points?
He had 4 goals and like an assist in that one game.
Yeah,
I haven't really followed too much of that tournament, but we got the main World Juniors starting here pretty soon too.
that's true.
Um,
I think
Around
there's a
like
game tomorrow
October.
already for Team Canada, I
They're playing
believe. Is it
tonight.
tonight?
Yeah, I think they're playing right now actually. So this Everett game on Saturday, seeing us absolutely dominate Portland, I was feeling really confident going into this game against
I felt
Everett.
like we were going to be able to hang with them for sure.
And in some ways we did, but others,
To a degree,
the first period getting outshot 23-7,
that was
I was
sad.
not a big fan of that. However, in the 7 goals we put up three or 7 shots we put up 3 goals. Tristan Buckley, Cohen Harris, and Chase Harrington all getting goals. It was 3-1 Chiefs after one.
Yeah, the scoring seems to have turned around a little bit the last couple of weeks.
I mean, Carter Essler was absolutely on his A game in this
He
game.
was obviously.
Great to see that too. And yeah, Everett gets one back early in the second. Brody Gillespie answers off the ensuing faceoff to put us back up by 2. And yeah, from then on, it was pretty much all Everett, I think. Carter Essler
Yes.
really kept us in the game, though. I mean, we put up those 4 goals on Raiden Legal, and they pulled him after the fourth goal.
Hmm.
I think that there was 4 goals on, I want to say
Not very many
10 or
shots.
11 shots.
Right.
Um, Everett would get back within one halfway through the third period or the second period rather, and then again, I mean the shots continued to come from Everett going into the third period. I mean, I think Ezzy had 50 saves after 2,
Hmm.
and so yeah, you love to see it. but you don't want to be giving up that many shots either. And you
No,
can't, and granted, the Chiefs penalty kill is pretty good in this game, but you can't give up Everett five power play opportunities. They're going to
no.
dial in on at least one of them.
It's gonna
And
bite you at some point.
and this was another one of those games where we only got that one power play. But
That's crazy.
I felt pretty good. Even early parts of the third period, I thought Essler was really on his A game, and I thought that we had a legitimate chance to at least squeeze a point out of it.
I did too.
Um, they ended up tying it pretty quickly after they got within one, and immediately after they took the lead, and then got the empty netter to give them a 6-4 win. But yeah, Chiefs outshot 61 to 27 in that game.
That's
Um,
that's crazy.
Carter Essler with 55 saves. I thought he was well deserving of the first star, but of course, Everett only gave them the third star
Of course.
and gave their goalie that came in relief in the second period the second star, of course.
Of course.
Um, but uh, but a really good game from SD defensively. Obviously, not great, but it's good to see that the guys are putting the puck in the net. And again, it's all
Even
four
losing
lines
and scoring
scoring.
4 goals against those guys is a step forward, I feel like.
Yeah, it's all four lines that are putting the puck in the net too, and that's I think
Yeah.
what's really encouraging. Um, and then the second 3-3 in a row heading to Vancouver. Seen Carter Essler play back-to-back nights against Portland and Everett, so we get to see the debut of Alex Watrin. Obviously, I'm sure he was nervous as hell. I think
He didn't look
he
like it at first, though. He looked pretty calm at first.
I think he was a little shaky, and which is expected for your first WHL start. So I'm
Hmm.
not going to hold anything against him there. But there's a couple of goals that I'm sure he went back. But that being said, he did make a handful of pretty big saves and kind
Agreed.
of kept the Chiefs in it to a degree in the first period, especially. But um, the Chiefs scoring touch did continue, which was really encouraging to see too.
Yeah.
Being on the third game of a 3-3, and this game we got eight power play opportunities. Got scored on two for eight, so at least we're finally able to put the puck in the net on the power play
That's
again.
nice.
But unfortunately, we were 2 for 5 on the penalty kill, so that's something that needs to be addressed. We just kind of got dominated in all the offensive categories. Sam
Hmm.
Maremba stays hot, gets his 12th of the year. Rhett Sather gets his sixth goal of the season late in the first period to tie the game up at two going into the intermission. How about Bryson Roberts getting his first career WHL goal in the second
And he
period?
looked good.
Yeah, I mean, getting that call up, he's in a tough spot, getting a
He
call up
is.
and playing meaningful minutes and everything too, and scoring a goal in pretty much in his hometown, from Maple Ridge, I believe, is where he's from.
Nice.
So, you heard a lot of cheering in the crowd. I'm sure it's about a bunch of family there, um, and then Owen Martin would get a goal about 4 minutes later, and it was 4-4. Good game at that point, and then Vancouver kind of took over from there. Essentially, two players, Tyus Sparks and Ryan Lynn, took over from there. The Chiefs continued to take penalties, and it kept costing them. But Alex Watrin faced 29 shots in the game, made 22 saves. I mean, yeah, you can't really expect too much from
No, and he
from a
settled
guy
down a
being
little bit.
tossed. Yeah, for sure. And that being said, there a couple of those goals were just because of defensive breakdowns, not really anything that he can do about it.
Anybody would have scored on him. Yes.
Um, the one bad thing about this game, Cohen Harris did leave in the second period with an injury, and we see that he's out week to week now.
That's a
On
bummer.
the Pull the Weekly report here. But he's finally starting to kind of heat up a little bit, and I think he's been one of the better players on the team in the over the past month or so. So it
Hmm.
sucks to see he's going to be sidelined for a little bit, but hopefully it's not anything too crazy.
Maybe a little Christmas cooking will get him healed up.
Yeah. Um, Looking at now, so you got Cohen Harris week to week upper body, Smith Redmond month to month upper body, Owen Shetler's week to week with a lower body, and then Riker Doka. We called up a 15-year-old Riker Doka out day to day with a upper body injury. I had heard from some people that I know that work with the team that he got injured in practice.
Oh, really?
Somebody kind of ran him into the boards a little bit too hard and messing with the 15-year-old. But the Chiefs called up Bryson Roberts, obviously, for D, and then Nolan Bisson back up. And he played last night against Portland, and I
He
think he
did.
played very
He
well.
very solid.
I was very impressed with him. Yeah, look at this Dominic Peter added from the Blades. We'll get him after the Christmas break here in about 10 days. But um, I mean, overall, what were your thoughts kind of on the 3-3 weekend?
For the second weekend in a row where we played a lot of games and stuff too, I thought it was good. It was all positive, even with aside from the score on a couple games, it was all positive. The effort was there. Nice to see the scoring up a little bit. I feel like the defense was pretty solid too. I didn't like a couple of games where we gave up too many chances, but that's going to happen from time to time.
Yeah.
I really am impressed with how we played against Portland over the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
just because I hate Portland.
I do too.
I know
And
you
you
do.
know this.
I know this. I was telling somebody the other day about when we would drive through Portland on our way to the beach and stuff too. You'd flip off the Rose Garden and the stuff too
Uh,
when we drive past on
yeah,
the
when I was
freeway
like
all the time,
14.
and yell out the window at 65 miles an hour that Portland cheated.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
know you hate
I
Portland, and I
was a
do too.
bit
There was nothing better than beating those guys twice over the weekend.
not only beating them twice, but putting up 17 fucking goals against them in those two
Exactly.
games. I mean, it is,
Like
I
I
hate
told you
that
last night at the
franchise.
game, the only thing that would make it better if is if Mike Johnston was still part of the team, the coaching staff there.
Yeah, on the
I
bench.
mean, I know he's GM and all that, but
Yeah,
it'd be nice if he was actually on the bench so you could yell something at him.
right.
Just because I
Um,
never liked the guy since he cheated.
let's talk about kind of players that stood out to you. I know you had a couple of notes written down
I
there.
did have a couple of notes written down here. Let's see.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about a quick recap, kind of in the first half, like,
I want to talk about how Marty's been coming alive and playing a lot better,
hmm
and getting some scoring. He's always been solid, but he's things are finally happening for him a little
yeah,
bit,
he's
which
finally
is
getting
nice.
confident again. I think.
Yes.
I think that's a big thing. Is his confidence is back up because he's actually able to put the puck in the net. And he doesn't look like he's gripping the stick too tight anymore, which is
No.
really encouraging to see as a leader on the team.
And I gave him the nickname tonight when I was writing my notes for Mr. Steady, Sammy Oremba. I'm going to
hmm
call him Mr. Steady for now because he's come out of his shell a lot this month again. Like he kind of started the season too. And I think it probably helps his attitude a little bit. Having some more 20-year-olds on the team besides just him
hmm
is helping his confidence. He seemed to really blossom a little bit lately too.
Um,
Since we got Wormy and
yeah. Well, and let's just say I want to say he Oremba has like 6 goals in his last like 5 games or something like
something
that.
like that,
He's been really hot the last week and a half.
including a hat trick.
Yeah, I mean, and he looks like he's playing with some more speed out there too. It's really
He
encouraging to
he's got
see.
another gear all of a sudden. Yes,
He's got some good hands getting through the D and kind of splitting the D a little bit too, which is
yeah,
encouraging as well.
yeah.
Um,
We talked about that a couple different times at the games recently about a little burst of speed once he crosses the blue
yeah,
line.
well, it's really encouraging to see that he's getting that confidence back too, and he's actually putting the puck in the net. He's one of the leading scorers on the team right now. One
Yeah,
of the 6 guys that I was talking about earlier that have 10 plus goals already. Um, And to go along with, the 20-year-old portion of what you were saying, I've noticed a huge change in everybody's overall play and demeanor with Logan Wormold on the team
me
in just
too.
the last, 2 weeks that we've had him.
Well, think about last night, the passes that he was making and the passes back to him so he could score some goals too.
Well, yeah, and I mean, let's talk about that top line, him, Preston, and Marty. I mean, they absolutely dominated the Winterhawks last night,
They
and
did.
I love seeing the chemistry that he's kind of built with Preston too. I think
Suddenly, it
I
was
think
quick.
I think Wormy's making a huge impact on Preston, and Preston is actually putting the puck in the net at the
He
rate
seemed
that
to
he
settle
should
down,
be
didn't he?
too. And that's really encouraging to see that,
Yeah.
that's a guy that we need to be scoring
Yeah.
in every game, essentially. We need him to be putting the puck in the net, and
Yeah.
having a guy like Wormold out there is, kind of the setup guy, and he's doing everything right. And you can
He's kind of a
tell.
calming presence for everybody out there. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the veteran leadership thing that we were talking about that we needed for those younger
Hmm.
guys like Marty and Preston and everything too. And I think even Chase Harrington has been a lot better the last 2 weeks.
He has
I
been.
mean, there was a point where he was actually kind of starting to frustrate me a little bit with just, the how he's trying to do everything himself, making the blind passes. But I
Hmm.
feel like he's toned down on that a lot too. And he looks like he's playing with more confidence with Wormold in the
Yeah.
lineup too.
It's
Um,
affected the whole team. I agree.
and I don't know if you listened to the post game last night, the interview that Boiler did with Presto. Did you listen to any
I
of
did.
that?
I did.
I mean, just hearing how Preston was, how high they were talking about Wormold already.
Yeah.
I mean that's exactly what this team needed, and it like we thought it would. Is paying off in a big way. And then I think you were probably already inside. You already texted me that you were home, but they did an interview with Wormold after
Oh, did
Preston
they?
and they talked for about 5 minutes, and it was a good interview. And he's excited to be like one of the leaders for a young team,
Good.
and talked very highly about Presto and Marty and those guys and how fun it is playing with them. And he said he's looking forward to kind of seeing where this team could go in the second half. So
Nice.
it's a mental side of the game, having a guy like that, like a calming, again, like we were saying, a calming presence. It's more of a mental thing, but
Hmm.
that could make your physical play so much better too.
Oh, yes.
And so that's really one of the big things that's really encouraging. And I'm hoping that maybe it'll get even better with Dominic Peter here too when he gets here.
Be curious to see what impact that has for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got to give Wormy some props for kind of calming down this
He's
team a little
settled
bit.
everybody down just by being here more than anything.
Uh-huh.
And then as a bonus, his play has been good for a couple
Mm-hmm.
games too.
Yeah, finally
Agreed.
getting his first goal as a Chief last night.
That was
His
nice.
100th career goal in
That's
WHL.
crazy. That's a pretty big accomplishment if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even waiting until your 20-year-old year to get it, 100 is a lot.
That's pretty good. Yeah, 100%. Um, so let's talk about it. Last night, game two against Portland in the 4-5.
Cheaters.
I was a little bit surprised that Portland started that goaltender again. The same
Were
one
you?
that they did. I want to say his name was like Clark or
Do you
something.
think they
Blake
were trying to
Clark.
just give him a second chance against Spokane, or do you think maybe
I think there were a couple things. I think that could have been one thing. He is their third goaltender with Stebatak being a World Juniors.
right?
So he got called up for it. But I think that's one thing. And Portland also did play a 3-3 as well. They played
Oh, did they?
they played us Friday, and then they played back-to-back home and homes, I believe, with Penticton on
Ah,
Saturday, Sunday. And I believe since Clark played the game one against us on Friday, that the other goalie played the next two against Penticton, and then probably
that would
wanted
make
to get
sense.
him back in there. But again, the Chiefs had his number. He looked a little bit shaky. Marty getting one just a minute into the game.
Early on, yeah,
And then the Gavin Burkhardt backhander that was kind of a squeaker that I'm sure he wants back was kind of the hammer right on the head, and he got pulled immediately after that. And unfortunately for Portland, it didn't really get much better.
it did
The
not.
other goalie didn't play very well either, and the Chiefs continued to take advantage. Owen Martin with his second of the period, halfway
Confidence.
through. Portland answered that one within 9 seconds, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but
No,
the
but
Chiefs did answer back less than a minute later with Brody Gillespie's seventh of the year. How about Brody too? I mean, that's another guy who has been so good lately.
yeah, I have a couple of notes for my MVP of the first. We're going to call it the first half of the season, even though we're not technically at the
I
halfway
mean,
mark.
we technically
We
are.
kind of are. For the forward group, I put Brody up there
Yeah.
for sure. And he's really come alive in the month of December.
Mm-hmm.
And defensively, I got Sather on there. Rhett Sather's been so solid. The
Once
guy
I'm done
he
with,
quarterbacks everything. We talked about that in the preseason and leading up to the start of the season. We needed a guy to quarterback things at the blue line, and I think we finally have that guy. What's your take on that?
well, no, I completely agree. And once we're done with this recap, I'm gonna go on about Rhett Sather because
Okay.
I think he needs to be recognized more than he is.
I agree.
But yeah, great to see Brody get on the board again. The Chiefs up 4-1 after the first period, and the scoring continued in the second. The Chiefs have put up four more in the second. Two from Preston, Logan Warmold with that shorty, his 100th career goal, and then pretty quickly after that, Tristan Buckley with his fourth of the year. I mean, everything the Chiefs were shooting were going in last night.
Buckley looked good over these last four games.
I mean, I want to talk about how good that fourth line is too. I mean,
Yeah,
they're so solid and so consistent with
on both ends of the ice.
yeah, I mean it's so good. I mean last night they had it was Buckley, Ozzy, and Nolan Bisson up there, and I think all three of those guys played. I noticed them every time they were out there. I
Yeah,
mean they were all great. I think Ozzy had a pretty good game.
Ozzy had a really good
Um,
game. I'd like to see him get rewarded with some goals at some point
yeah, me
because
too.
he's deserved that.
Yeah, he's a little snake bitten. You know, he got that goal the first game of the year, and he hasn't gotten anything since. But he
Yeah,
definitely does. Um, but it was nice to see the Chiefs, you know, not only shooting the puck more consistently, but actually putting the puck in the net too.
right.
Especially, like I said, especially against these fucking frauds in Portland.
Yes,
Um, Yaremko would get one early in the third period for Portland on the power play, and the Chase Harrington would get his 11th of the year late in the third, and the Chiefs would cap off the first half with a 9-2 win over Portland. Like I was saying earlier, 17 goals against these guys. We outscored them 17
in
to
two
5 in
games.
those two games.
How nice is
Um,
that?
so good, so good.
Take that, Mike Johnson.
So that's a great way for the boys to kind of go home to their families for
I
Christmas
agree.
and leave it on a high note. And
I agree.
I liked what Preston said last night, and I agreed a little bit with him too, where he said, you know, it's a little bit frustrating the timing of this when they're just starting to kind of heat up and gel a little bit. But he
Right.
said that, you know, they're going to come back from break and be ready and
Be ready to
continue
go.
continue where they're at. And honestly, if they continue to play like they have been, I'm fully on board with that. So
Have you
yeah,
looked at
I
the
mean.
schedule to see who we have the first couple games after we come back? I feel like Wenatchee is one of them, aren't they?
We have home and home with Wenatchee on the 27th and the 28th, and then the New Year's Eve game in Tri-City on Wednesday, the 31st, and Friday, January 2nd, where I have Vancouver coming to town, and the following day, Penticton is here. So we got another, you know, heap of games coming up to start the second half of the season. So it's not going to get any easier.
But it's a good time to have them while we're playing well as well.
Exactly. Against, you know, U.S. division rivals too. That's another huge
Yeah.
thing. Got a
Divisional games are
games
important.
against Wenatchee and Tri-City. Real quick though, I was just saying we have to talk about Rhett Sather more.
Yes.
I think I said this to you last night during the game. I can't believe he's not on any scouts' radars.
That is bizarre to me as well.
You know, it's his draft year, and compared to, I mean, we saw it last year. We saw heaps of greatness
We
last
did.
year.
He just
Um,
wasn't getting many opportunities last year, but
exactly.
now he's the guy.
Yeah, now he's on the top line with Willie, and I
Yeah.
think, you know, he's quarterbacking the power play. Guys put up 20 assists, six goals on the year already. I think he's third on our team in scoring right now. As a 17-year-old, I don't know how he's not getting more attention, and I wouldn't be shocked at all to see in the midterm rankings he gets kind of noticed by
He deserves
scouts
it.
because he does deserve it. And
I agree.
another thing with him is
I
I've
agree.
noticed a little bit more
I
this
think you
year.
froze up on me.
Oh, you froze up on me too.
Are you there?
I'm here. I hear you. You froze up on me too.
Good thing you're recording. There we go. Now you're
There,
moving again.
you see, I could hear you the whole time, but you were frozen on my screen.
That's crazy. You were frozen on mine and silent
But,
too.
but, yeah, I mean, the one thing that I have noticed with him a lot this year is he's a little bit more physical too. He's throwing the
Yeah.
body more. He's not afraid to get in there, get in the scrums either, and he'll defend his
No.
teammates. I mean, that's just a guy that is a natural leader.
And he's
And
always moving his feet. I like that about him from
exactly,
the beginning.
exactly.
On the blue
Just
line, I like seeing that.
And something that I had noticed last night a little bit that really kind of clicked. He reminds me a little bit of Jared Spurgeon.
Yes. You did mention that.
I see a lot of Jared Spurgeon in his game, and I really, really like to see that. And you know, with losing, guys like Weinstein and those guys last year on the back end, it's good to have somebody young stepping up into a bigger role and playing
Hmm.
it well too. So, yeah, really been impressed with his game this year. And another guy that I really want to talk about in the back end, who I think was really good in the first half of the season on defense, is Harry Mattern. I mean,
Yes.
I think last night was his best game of the year too.
Do you?
He looked very good to me. He was really shut down. Um,
Big time.
that guy's just for a 16-year-old, like a smaller 16-year-old defenseman. He's kind of bulky too.
I feel like he got a lot more confidence this weekend for sure.
Yeah, and we'll add on to this. Last night, Nathan Mays was a late scratch due to illness, so the Chiefs were playing with five defensemen.
Hmm.
Will McIsaac, Rhett Sather, and then we had Bryson Roberts, Nolan
Who also played
Saunderson,
very good.
yeah, Nolan Saunderson, and Harry Mattern. So five defensemen, and I
And
thought they all did great jobs. I mean,
yeah,
like I said earlier, with Roberts coming up and being a call up and everything too, I think Harry Mattern and Roberts really stood out to me last night, and Saunderson too. I mean, Saunderson was
Saunderson played good a
he's
couple
been
games this
solid all
weekend.
year.
Yeah.
Um, so I was really encouraged to see that. It's really encouraging to see our defense actually, doing what they should be doing and not
Hmm.
making any stupid bonehead plays.
And getting some points out of it too.
No, exactly. And like I said, that's Rhett Sanders third on our team in scoring right now.
I like seeing that.
But I mean, yeah, I can't complain about our performance over pretty much the month of December.
Especially the last couple weeks. Agreed.
You got anything
No, I just
to chat
we
about?
talked about Mr. Steady. We talked about Aremba. And we talked about Marty coming alive.
What do we expect from this team in the second half of the season?
I expect more of this. I expect the confidence to carry over. We've said all season long the skill set is there. It's just they were lacking some confidence and some puck luck, if you will.
And
I feel like
leadership
they've
too.
they've been playing hard, just
Yeah.
hadn't had much to show for it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of turned the corner a little bit. Let's hope that continues.
Goaltending's been more steady
Goaltending's definitely been better,
as he's looked really good the last couple of weeks as
and he's
well.
had to because Viard's been off to World Juniors, so
Mm-hmm.
which is only going to make him better when he does come back.
Exactly. But I do still think, and I believe right now the trade freeze for Christmas and World Juniors is active. And so
Hmm.
we can't make any trades for a couple of weeks. As soon as we can, don't be surprised to see the Chiefs acquire a defenseman.
I expect that. This has just given Bardsley and everybody a little taste of what it could be, should be like. I feel like
Exactly.
they're definitely going to continue to make some movement um, to make it even better. I agree.
Here's what I would like to see.
Which they did right before this weekend's game, obviously with getting wormy and
Yeah.
things too. It was nice to see them not be afraid to do something and kind of jumps instead of waiting to see what happened closer to the deadline. Actually, take the initiative and do something. It was nice.
Here's the thing that I want to see from Bardsley, some moves that I want to see him make. I want to see him acquire a defenseman that plays with the style like Noah King. And I said this last year too.
You did.
I think, could you imagine having your top line, Will McIsaac, Rhett Sather, second line, Nathan Mays, and we'll just throw his name out there, Noah King. Like a player like Noah King.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that as being our top 4D. I mean, that's two shutdown defensemen. You got offensive guy in Sather who's very good. Two, I guess he's more of a two-way. And same thing with like a Noah King type player. That's the kind of thing that I would love to see this team do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go look at kind of a hypothetical. I meant to go do a little bit of research on players that I would like to actually see us kind of go after. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see that way. Is there anything specific that you could think of that you would like to see us try to
No,
get?
I just like to see it continue going on path we're on right now, I can't think of any players out there that I would like to have on the team. I don't know the league like you do. You're better with that stat stuff than I am.
See, I'm looking at it right now. If you're looking at like the bottom two or three teams in each division, you got in the US, you got Wenatchee, Seattle. So you look for kind of more star players, I guess, on those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Defensively, not too much and not anything crazy on Wenatchee. Um, I guess they do have Caden Campion. I forgot about that. Um, Seattle defensively, they got Ashton Cumbie as a guy that I'm sure could be, moved, although he is an 05, so he's kind of out of our realm of
Right.
possibility. Um, Hyde Davidson's another one. Obviously, we don't see trades within the division too often, though. So,
True.
if we were to go like to a team in the East, looking at Swift Current, Red Deer, we already got Lethbridge as captain. Those are the three teams in the East, the Central Division that are under 500 by a pretty big margin. And then you go in the Central or in the East, and you got Moose Jaw and Regina. So let's check this out here. If we look at Swift Current's roster,
Any chance
defensively,
Kelowna's looking to change their lineup a little bit?
oh, Kelowna is going to be adding until the trade deadline.
That's what I mean.
I don't have any doubt in my mind about that. But it
Is there
look
anybody
for
on there that we could get? Is what I'm wondering.
that's for with Kelowna.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're going to be adding. So who would we be having to give up in order to get something like that?
No, good point.
Um, Jackson Gillespie's one in Swift Current, who is a former Kelowna Rocket, a Texas native. I wouldn't mind seeing that another right shot defenseman. That's the other thing too, is I think it's going to end up being a right shot defenseman because I think they're really happy with Will McIsaac and Rhett Sather. I
Mm-hmm.
think if you go to the second line, you're gonna have Nathan Mays as a lefty. They're gonna want another righty with Mazer. So
I've never even looked at what hand they shoot with and that stuff.
yeah, most right defensemen are right-handed. Most left defensemen
Right.
are left-handed. Um, But yeah, I mean, there's some NHL drafted guys on these teams that are playing poorly. Like, man, this would be a great guy to have. Luke Vluswick
Mm-hmm.
from Red Deer, 6'5", 209 right shot. Um,
209.
yeah,
Wow. That's a big boy.
drafted by the Flyers, '07 born. So that would be a great ad. I'd love to see something like that.
I
Obviously, I
can
don't
see
even know.
Bardsley going after somebody like that.
Me too. I don't know if any of these guys are really on any trading blocks necessarily, but if they're
Right.
older guys I mean obviously I think we'd be looking at more of a 19-year-old, so like an '06. But I mean he's an '07. It's not out of the realm of possibility,
Do
but
you feel like we're
obviously
going to see other teams making moves and then we're going to do our thing, or do you think we're going to be taking the initiative and trying to do something? And
here's my thoughts on it is I think that personally, I had felt like Bardsley had waited too long to
right,
make moves until we got Wormold and Peter, and then my
especially with
mind was
only having
changed.
one 20-year-old like we did for so long.
Exactly, and my mind was changed after they acquired those two guys in succession within a week. I think a lot of teams are going to be very aggressive, and I think a lot of teams like Kelowna are going to be aggressive, obviously because they're hosting the Memorial Cup. They're going to be very aggressive, so it's going to turn into bidding wars for these top guys. I don't necessarily want us to go for a top defenseman. I would like to see us go for like a steady,
A higher
like,
end.
yeah, a steady, like second line, maybe cusp first line
I think you
defenseman,
froze up. There we go.
a cusp first line defenseman,
Right.
or it's a steady second liner, right hand shot, 18, 19-year-old, a little bit of experience. That's kind of where I think that they should go with this. And then obviously maybe next year that guy could turn into a stud first round or first line defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
But um I mean, yeah, I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. The trade deadline comes up pretty quick after the Christmas break, so
Is it the 10th?
I believe so.
It's
It's
usually
right
around the
around
10th.
there.
It's
It's
usually around
right
the
around
10th.
there, yeah. But
Be curious to see. I'm sure Bardsley will be working over the Christmas break.
oh yeah,
I love having a manager that's not afraid to look into things and try this stuff.
Yeah, me too. He's aggressive when he needs to be, and I really enjoy that about him. It's
Me too.
something the Chiefs haven't really had since Tim Speltz left. So,
Exactly.
but
Exactly. I'd
that's
like to
all
get
I
him on the
have.
pod at some point.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. His interview he did with Boiler a couple of nights ago was really good. It
Yeah.
was really fun to listen to.
Yeah.
That's all I have for you, Cappy. Do you have anything else for me?
No, just a decent ending the first, what we're calling the first half of the season, even though we're not really at the halfway point yet. It was a good ending to it.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I'm happy with it.
Me too. It's a nice ending over 500. 2 points out of
Even
second
getting a
place.
split over the weekend, as long as two of those wins were against Portland, I'm happy.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't be too upset about that. And,
No,
got Christmas coming up here, and we'll
some World Juniors will
get
get
the
us
World
back
Juniors
in the
coming, and
hockey mode,
mm-hmm. Then
and
we'll
then
get back going.
we're back playing on like the 27th, right?
The 27th, yep, against Wenatchee here at home. So 10 days from now, we'll be back in the arena and getting the second half of the season underway. So hopefully have more success
That'll be
following the
nice.
holiday break.
And
Um,
how long does the freeze last?
I'm not sure. I am
Probably
not
until
100%
about the
sure.
26th or 27th, probably.
Roughly, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll
So
have to wait and see.
it'll just have to be speculation on our end
Mm-hmm.
up until then.
Yep,
Nice to have the boys go home for Christmas break with some good feelings.
definitely.
They've definitely finally been rewarded for their hard work.
Agreed. Yeah. Been
Nice to see some good results come out this last weekend and the weekend before.
and I'm hoping we see more of that to start the second half here next week. So
Exactly. Well, they get 6 wins out of 8 games.
yeah,
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 that's pretty good.
I agree. I
That's pretty
agree.
good.
I'm definitely not going to complain about it.
And a lot of that was some new personnel too.
Yeah, I'm playing shorthanded defensively and
Mm-hmm.
everything with some young guys and call ups and
And if you think
oh,
about,
my camera disappeared.
I saw that. Think about the number of times we've had young guys getting this experience when the games don't really seem to matter to a lot of people, but they're getting this experience and learning so
Oh,
much.
it's huge.
It is.
Yeah, that's huge, valuable experience.
Yeah.
And
We've we've seen that with past teams.
it's just a bonus that they're actually able to put the puck in the net too. That's awesome.
Exactly. And getting wins out of that, not just a game experience.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And contributing, playing big minutes, playing a lot
Mm-hmm.
of minutes.
A lot of them, especially this
So
last weekend.
mhm. So yeah, I definitely can't be upset with how the first half ended, and hopefully we keep it going in the second half.
Get get some of our players back from World Juniors that have been missing for a while, Sharky and those guys.
Yep.
And after the new year, we'll get our coaching staff back too.
Yeah, Brad Lauer. Yeah.
He's been gone as well.
My camera disappeared again. I'm having connection issues all of a sudden.
Uh-oh.
I guess we
Must
could
be
wrap
the
it up then, eh?
must be the wind. Let's wrap it up
Yeah,
before we
man,
lose it.
the wind was nutty today.
Yes, it was.
Well, Merry Christmas to you,
Merry
and
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all the listeners, and we'll catch everybody up after the break and see what's up.
And what's the thing I want to I can't even remember the line I want to use
I don't
that
know,
I've
but
talked about.
I'll reiterate what the Avs play-by-play announcer says. Be good to each other and make sure you stay
There
on
you go.
side.
Stay on side. Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
so till the second half of the season, Cappy. Go Chiefs, go.
Until the second half, go Chiefs go.